All right, Happy New Year. It's Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode X. Yeah, like iPhone and the Mac and all that bullshit. Episode X, episode 10, whatever. Roman numerals, regular numerals. It's Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 10.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Black and Brown Movement episode X. I am your one of your co-hosts, Ivan C.
Popping the modelos.
Of course, we gotta pop the modelos, of course. The models. Y bienvenidos a mi familia latinoamericana, mi raza. Bienvenidos aquí a nuestro afroamericano y nuestro hispano movimiento. Mi nombre es Iván Castillón. So let me go ahead and introduce my co-hosts. I'm going to go ahead and introduce to Mr. THC, Mr. DeFranco Brox.
Yo, this THC, Redbeard, the feared one, those who despise are the ones who hide from the sun. 2018, real quick, man, I just want to give shots out to my son. He's turning 16 today. He's a New Year's baby. He was born 5 weeks premature with a hole in his heart. We was in the NICU for like 3 weeks before he can come home, but you know, he made it through, got the hole in his heart plugged up. He played football and everything. Much blessings to see him grow and coming to the age of 16. So I appreciate you, Josiah, Elijah, Felipe Brox. Happy birthday, son.
That's right. Happy birthday. And welcome also to the first year of 2018 of episode X. We're glad to be here live with you guys. We appreciate all the love, all the support from starting from the first episode to now. We're here to episode
double digits, right?
Double digits.
Mm-hmm. It is New Year's Day today. It's Happy New Year's.
2018.
You know? And en español.
Ya sabes, y también le quiero decir a mi gente que gracias a Dios por todo el apoyo de darnos aquí a nuestro podcast. Y muchas gracias y le agradezco mucho y feliz año nuevo, que es el 2018. Y le quiero agradecer a toda la gente de mi latino familia ya que está escuchando y pues muy pronto vamos a hacer también en español, no nomás en inglés. Pues andamos en los dos.
El movimiento de africanos y chicanos. Oh, somebody walked in the door.
Somebody walked in the door.
Who walked in the door, man? Get the mic. Oh, man.
Let me go ahead and introduce you the co-host. He's a mad scientist. Mad Verbals.
One.
Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what's up, baby.
And of course, we got the
other co-host.
He is the Smith.
Standard. The wordsmith.
The wordsmith, because all he does is debate bullshit. But
right.
I want to go ahead and introduce Mr. Double B, Brandon Bradford.
Double B.
What's up with it, y'all? Happy New Year to everybody. Glad to be here. Let's make it happen.
And of course, we got two special guests this evening. So let me go ahead and introduce one of the special guests. First one always. He's part of both of them are part of the BNB family.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let me go ahead.
Band of Brothers.
The Band
all
of Brothers.
Double B references
That's
he
right.
having, you know what I'm saying?
So let me go ahead and introduce to Mr. Ricky
Lee Compton Jr. Oh.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just glad to be here. I finally made it. Came in from a flight from Washington. I finally got here. Happy New Year's. I'm glad we made it. So far, we've made it strongly, and just happy to be here.
In español, in your radio voice.
Pues mira, ya lo queremos saber. Feliz nuevo año. Aquí somos celebrando y todo eso y a toda mi gente. Mucho te cree mucho bien, Ándale.
And of course, let me go ahead and introduce our another band brother right here. And he is another brother from another mother, Mr. Tyrone.
Call Tyrone. Better call Tyrone, right?
Hey, I like that song, but I was threatening to kill someone because
on the mic, man. On the mic.
I've heard it my whole life. And then my last name is Willis, so I always heard what you talking about, Willis.
Oh, a double up. Oh.
Yeah, I remember ones that I almost snapped.
Hey, welcome to the Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, man. Happy New Year to you. You know what I'm saying? We met you a couple times, man. We've had some cool conversations, so I'm glad that you made it here on the episode 10, man. Episode X.
Yeah, glad to be here. I wish I had a cool name or like a real cool backstory. You know, like everybody else has like a real cool intro. I remember like a boat, some whales, and a lot of beatings. I think maybe the beatings came first and then the whales came after. I don't know.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
It builds character.
That's
A
right.
lot of eating shit.
Hey,
All right, that's
if
right.
it don't
So-
kill you, it only makes you stronger, right?
Yeah, indeed. All right, so, let's go ahead and actually kick this off. Now, before we do Mr. Brox, can you go ahead and actually give us the introduction per favor?
First, we give you
Oh,
the
yeah.
anthem.
Yeah, let's do the anthem. I like that. Let's do the anthem first, and then I'll go into the intro. Go on. We all band of brothers right here. Go ahead and start it
We're
off.
going to give it and let Ricky do it in Spanish first for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and do it in English. I like that. Go for it.
All right, we'll do it in English and then you
And then you-
translate.
then you
I see he's
translate.
nervous. He's been off the
Then
mic.
we'll translate.
He's been off the mic for a while,
You just
folks. A
kinda-
little,
you just
little
kinda
air
threw
shy,
me
but
under
we're
the
going
bus
we
and,
gonna set him up.
Right.
All right, so it's like this. We, the Black and Brown Movement, believe that civilization began in Africa. Through the migration, we arrived at Aslan. From the east to west, this makes us all people of the sun. Through 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears, 500 years of resistance. The few things we retain through bravery and persistence. The gospel, the culture, and the music.
En español?
I won't be able to say it in Spanish, bro.
Okay, well then, you know what? I'm going to go on and bust the intro, but hey, we'll get back to you on that. We're going to
My
translate
Spanish
it in
skills are
Spanish.
good, but they're
You better
not
get your
that
practice
good
on.
yet.
Yeah, we're going to get back to that.
We'll edit
So
that back
the
in
purpose
there.
of this podcast is to promote independent and underground artists, whether they be graffiti, dancers, painters, poets, DJs, cooks, whatever your art may be. We are here to promote the positive relations between our
Hip-hop.
black and brown people, hip hop. And we don't discriminate because we are IMC.
Wait, no, that's not true. We discriminate. Whack MCs.
All MCs. All right, so we are international, multicultural, which means worldwide. We're no borders, no boundaries, and no limits. And what else?
No gimmicks.
We're the voice of the people, and we hope that our message is received across the globe, near and far, east, west, north, and south.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You guys heard it right. So actually, it's been a wonderful 2017. Like I said, once again, I want to go ahead and thank all our supporters and all our followers.
Yep, the creator.
Oh, yeah.
Almighty God.
Yeah, definitely.
And also want
Off
to thank
top.
want
Without
to
him,
thank
nothing
the,
would be possible.
also got to thank the creator of the man upstairs that made this all happen.
He's a
We're
real
all
sponsor.
here. God bless. So,
Say thanks, Allah. Whoa. It's like, whoa, what was that? And honestly, I heard that and I thought, holy shit, what was that? Because I don't believe in Santa, but if I did, you better believe in God. Or
Oh, definitely. You
Of
can't be-
course.
Can't be believing in no false gods and not believing in true God, right?
we can't handle an atheistic Santa or a Muslim Santa.
No.
no.
I mean, no.
His gifts are going to be really practical. They're not going to be fun, you know?
That's a good point. That's a good point, though.
Hey, wait, which Santa is this though?
This is a Muslim Santa.
Oh, the Muslim
Yeah,
Santa.
you see,
Okay.
his gifts has to be a learning experience, so it's not
Okay.
gonna be fun.
Right.
Santa, he's giving you the iPod. He's giving you
Okay.
fucking the new car,
Right.
tax free.
Right.
He's giving you all that good shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's our guy.
You know,
Okay.
that Santa Claus guy.
Right.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's
I
right.
got it.
All right, so yeah, let me go ahead and actually start off the first.
But you know, you get older, we Santa Claus ass disappear and shit. I don't know. I'd be like, where that motherfucker at? Gifts be showed to the motherfucker.
Hey, I was good as fuck this year and I didn't get the shit I asked for. Like, what the fuck?
you know what I mean?
That's when you start questioning Santa. Like, is that
Like,
shit
it's
real?
only for
Like, what
kids
the
and
fuck?
shit, huh? It's really only for
Our
kids.
size bracket, it's either meant clearly that your parents are doing it all, or Santa does not exist whatsoever.
Yeah,
Because I'll
I-
be damned if a myth gets credit for what I'm putting in the work
Hey,
for, you know?
hey,
Oh,
guess
yeah,
what?
definitely.
When I was about 9, I was one of the little motherfuckers that could wake up easy or didn't go to bed early. I did, but then I woke up. Happened to hit the door, going to the bathroom, and caught the elves working, I called them. But they was my motherfucking parents and aunties
Right.
and shit.
Right.
That's when I was like, Santa Claus is bullshit. Santa Claus is really the parents. Since then, I knew better since about 9. When I played the game,
When I figured out that my mom was the one buying all the gifts, I said, holy shit, this is so much better than Santa. I can talk to you.
Right.
I can talk to you and direct you and tell you what I
Circle
want.
catalog and shit.
Yeah.
I want this racetrack right
most
here.
Most of the time you hear no. But there's that rare instance where they say yes to something just outrageous, you know? It makes up for everything they didn't
But what
get.
happens when Santa Claus, you know it's your mom, and you don't get the fucking gift that you circled in the catalog?
Like,
You get
what,
some
Mom?
other shit. You get some shit two
Santa
levels below and
didn't
shit.
get the
Like,
letter
I
or
don't
whatever.
think I've ever
Nah,
did
hell
believe
no.
in Santa
ask
Claus.
for a
I don't
dirt
think
bike and I
Santa
got
Claus.
a 3-speed.
I don't think Santa Claus was ever real for me. I think I was so
Kinda
poor
shit is
that we didn't get gifts. So sometimes, you know, Santa Claus just wasn't real. We knew right immediately that there was no Santa Claus because there was never no presents under our tree.
There was no Santa Claus. There was no parents
presents,
with
there was no nothing.
gifts. There was
right,
just no
so
gifts.
We're like,
period.
well, yeah, so you knew right off the bat we knew
Straight colon in the
there you go.
damn in the stocking and
I'll
shit.
twist
doubt.
like a motherfucker.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Oh wait a minute, you couldn't even afford a stocking. My bad.
That's right. There was no gas, no lights, no mom, no dad.
I can tell you like this though. This year,
Hard times.
my daughter, she's 11, and she baked some cookies or whatever, and so, you know, she baking cookies for Santa. Or
She's a
whatever,
good
this and
baker,
that.
folks.
You know, and they had some eggnog and shit.
Keep an eye out.
You know, I love
for
eggnog.
Jasmine's treats.
And so,
alcohol.
yeah, so she's like, Dad, I'm gonna need you to eat all these cookies I'm baking and shit. And then we got the eggnog for you and everything. You know what I'm saying? Basically, let me know, like, yeah, I know the real, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm baking the cookies for Santa, but yeah, you better go on and eat them shits because I know your ass is Santa, like.
Nigga had a bite of the cookie, right? What
Man, trying to give me a stomach ache.
Oh, there you go.
She makes some bomb ass cookies though.
She's a great
Sugar
baker. folks.
cookies, molasses cookies with caramel. Oh,
Fuck that.
man.
That
Hey, man, you gotta bring
that
some next
strawberry
time,
cake
Rick.
she made me.
Oh yeah.
You gotta bring some next time.
But
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta bring some next time.
Jasmine's treats. Keep her eye out for 'em, folks. She's coming your way real soon.
Yeah,
She'll
you see
have
her
her on
online.
Instagram and
Yep.
her Twitter. And
Jasmine's
all
treats,
Facebook.
everybody.
All that.
Believe that.
All that.
Jasmine's
That
treats.
part. Hashtag that part.
Hashtag
New
Jasmine's
sponsor.
treats.
New
sponsors.
sponsor. Don't even trip.
Oh yeah, we got big plans for 2018, ladies
Oh, yeah.
and gentlemen. Big plans that you guys will actually be like, wow. So you know what? Actions speak louder than words. You will see it very soon, and just keep up the updates with us, and you will see it very, very soon.
Don't just
2018.
don't just keep an update. Stop bullshitting around and subscribe. You know we the real.
Subscribe.
That's
Black
right.
Brown Movement 88 YouTube channel. Subscribe. Like the videos that
Comment.
you watch. Comment.
You
give
don't
us
like
feedback.
it, let it be known.
Yeah, let us know what you like, man.
We got tough skin.
Yeah.
We grew up in them.
We're here for the people, man. We here sitting here bullshitting. It's New Year's Day. We sipping on Modelo's and bullshitting, drinking beer, bullshitting. But we doing this not only for us, but for the people.
And eating Totino's pizza.
Old school pizza rolls.
Hey, you know, it is what it is.
Oh shit! I already got mine. I'm cool. But all right, so let me go ahead and actually start out the first topic now. Now, as of the New Year's speech today from Mr. Kim Jong-un,
Kim Jong-un.
whatever the fuck his name is, I don't give a shit about him.
North Korea.
I don't care what his name, but his speech was
Hey,
today.
Kamsamida, right?
Well, he's North. Well, yeah, they're the same shit. Doesn't matter. But you know, his speech was today. I have a nuclear button next to my desk, and I have all the locations of the United States. I could literally bomb them. The U.S. does not want to start a war with me because I will bomb them like automatically. All my nuclear weapons are ready. So that was part of the speech that he said. And also what he also wanted to do is actually, since the Winter Olympics are coming up and it's going to be hosted in South Korea, he wanted to go ahead and talk to South Korea to actually to have the North Koreans to compete in the Winter Olympics in South Korea. So right now he's trying to improve the relationship with the South so they can allow the North to compete in the Winter Olympic Games. You know, for
But they don't
this
have no
year.
athletes though in North
Do they
Korea.
got
I don't know.
You don't even see no people
We don't-
walking
No,
around.
they don't have athletes. They
villagers
got
or
like
nothing.
robots and shit.
I
Like,
don't know what they have. So you know what? Let me. So pretty much.
like Drago from Rocky 4 and shit. Like
So
just
we'll-
robots. Like straight steroids and you know.
He killed Apollo Creed, and he beat the shit out of Rocky. But the Russian, we were pretty sure he was gonna destroy Rocky, revive Apollo, kill him again, and come after Adrian next. But he lost. I don't get that. So, how did Rocky beat him?
Determination.
Just steroids, and his gym looked like something out of Star Wars. Rocky's gym was like a log and a really big rock in a row, and he has alternate.
Hard work and determination.
Yeah, exactly. I do my push-ups on the hard ground.
That just goes to show that the old school can never, the new school can never beat the old school. So
I don't know.
That's what I just see it
I'm looking at the movie and I'm thinking, whoa, Rocky, you're really strong. But
the
this
old
guy
school's
here,
always built. The old school's always gonna be built on a stronger foundation, regardless, because they've got the knowledge before we did,
Yeah, check
and
out
they
them
did
classic
different things.
vehicles.
And you guys found more. The new school found more things to do with it. Rather we just created the solid foundation for it.
Rocky sums this up in part 2. Clever Lane is his new school, and what does he do? He destroys Apollo Creed. He kills him in the opening scenes. It opens with the death of a legend.
Well, that's true, but guess what happens?
By
Guess
a
what happens
shit-talking
though?
new kid with a mug.
The foundation of what that old school person was taught. Of course, the next generation be better than the next. That's gonna be obvious.
Yeah,
if we don't do that, we're not human beings. Basically, we're not coming to a better understanding of things.
True.
So, but if he took that basic knowledge and he made it better, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, look,
don't get me wrong.
The fight you're describing is like the Battle of the Bulge. It's something epic. What I'm describing is what I saw. It was like if Mike Tyson fought an infant. Only no, Clever Lane fought an infant.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That infant was Apollo Creed, and he died about 15 seconds into the movie. It opens with your dead. I can't emphasize this enough.
You got a point. You got a true point. That's real.
That's actually true though.
You were the
That's some real true
at
shit.
some point in time, just not here in this movie.
Right.
Dude, I love Black and Brown Movement Radio podcast because a lot of times we get guest speakers, you know what I'm saying, guest art, guests that come on, guests, we call them hosts, right? Guest hosts come on the show and give us different perspectives and add different dynamics to the show. And brother Tyrone right here, man, we've had different conversations here and there, and on some faded, conversations, whether they've been at the barbecues at Brother Brandon's house or the parties or whatever else. And, I just appreciate, the different perspectives because I'm always open to hearing, different ideas and different perspectives coming from different sources. And, it's just good to see it and hear it on this show. And so that way, that, everybody's represented here, it's not one way or the highway. It's not single-mindedness. It's just, different opportunities for different people to speak and give different opinions and perspectives on the subjects that we present,
That's very true. Indeed, very, very true. We appreciate that. But yeah, what are your thoughts about that speech? Double B, what are your thoughts about North Korea with that?
I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be 100% real. I haven't really been following a whole bunch of stuff that's going on worldly, but I heard about this recently, and honestly, I'm just like, man, if you're gonna do something, do it. Don't talk all that shit and just try to scare people. You threatening people and shit like that. Look, man, if you're trying to make something happen, make it happen, then, nigga. Because you talking all this shit, and America's like, well, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? You talking, do it then. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. I will say this, and I might take a lot of heat for this. Yo, if it does happen, just chalk it up as, knowing that America has done its share of bullying its entire fucking existence. You know what I'm saying? Since these motherfuckers came over and took over the land. Okay, you've been bullying everybody. That's the way you've been doing it all this time. Motherfuckers getting tired of your shit. They're getting tired of the bullying. It happens in life, and they're like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Y'all want to come and blow our shit up? Guess what? We about to blow your shit up. We about to take it to y'all. And y'all might take it like, hey, look, check this out. It's real shit, bro. That's what America does. Bully everybody for every fucking thing. Niggas are now like, you know what? We're tired of that shit. We taking it to y'all now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck it takes, we're taking it to you. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Take it for what it is.
We're the masters of warfare. We're a militaristic superpower. We began that way, and we're still that way today. Most countries live and die over the course of 200 years. It's max. We're 250 years into the game.
No doubt.
We're overdue. We should be done, but no. We picked the right stronghold. We know what to do. We know how to kick ass. And if people hit us like 9/11, that's because we wanted to see what it felt like. Most of the time,
on ourselves.
Yeah, exactly, on ourselves. On ourselves. And that's what I mean when I say that. That's what I mean when I say that. America has a long-standing history of bullying countries.
Yeah.
And when we made the change from fighting wars with bullets to ideas and dominating the minds of people and indoctrinating them, they come to our country and they be Americans like us, and we expand the meaning that way. We kick ass at that too. We can sell a dream. We make movies and we kill people. That's what we're good at.
Hey,
That's what we're good at.
nah,
That's what we're good at.
I don't disagree
We
with
can
what
sell
you're
movies.
saying.
We can sell movies. And our army is only like 1 million plus, like 1.5, but we kick ass in weapons.
I mean, like I said,
walk
I don't
in
disagree
Definitely
with that.
distributing those
I
fucking
definitely
weapons to everybody.
agree with Double B
Yeah, no.
and the fact and that we have been bullying people. I mean, when you look at the whole ISIS thing, and you look at all the terrorists and the bombings,
American-made
and,
ISIS, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We make them,
Which I did.
then they turn around and hit us like 9/11 or whatever, which I still believe was staged. But,
There are
Super
guys, we made them.
staged.
Right.
It is staged. We made them.
but it's the point is that we've been fucking people for so long. Like you said, they're getting tired of it, and they're revolting to it, and us here in the homeland. We probably, those that are patriotic to the whole situation are like looking at it like, we agree with fucking them over, but you have to look at the fact that how we've been doing people for so long across this world, and then they're getting tired of it. So I mean, I
Not
agree
just across
with that.
the world, but since the beginning.
True,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's how this country was built.
but-
You came in and fucking
Look,
bullied everybody.
to go back-
you know what I'm saying?
No, saying that was bullying. Saying that was bullying is underselling it.
No doubt.
The Native Americans went through the worst of it.
Oh, yeah.
Black people were enslaved, and we endured over the course of, say, 500 years, most people would say.
Yeah.
The Native Americans, they were targeted for extermination. Not because they were on the land. We could have pushed them aside if we wanted to. We've done that still with the fucking reservations. But worse still is we killed them because their idea was to share, not capitalism, to
Yeah.
make money.
Yeah.
I wrote a paper. I wrote a paper on it, and I'm like, this paper should fucking change everyone's train of thought. People still thought the Native Americans were just being pushed aside because they were minorities. I was like, no, that's not it. Their idea exceeded. Yeah, exactly. They outnumbered us, and their idea exceeded what we could offer. In the end, all we can really give people is poverty. If you're rich, that presents the contrast by nature. That's just how it is, poor. But if you're sharing everything, if it's communal, everybody can get on. But you can't have it in America with that.
Back to Kim Jong-un,
got
which
deep in
was the
this.
subject. Yeah, take that.
Yeah, well, just before you start on that, I just want to point out not only that the civilization of the natives were about sharing, but they loved one another. You know what I mean? There was genuine love inside, and they
lived
were
off the
actually
land.
See, not only that though, but if you look historically, you look at the natives, they had already established contact with other races. It was the white people weren't the first people to come here
No.
and just because and see the other races that came here recognized what they were about and they respected that. Matter of fact, there was a trading thing that occurred. Like we talk about in our anthem. How we migrated through the Bering Strait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
land
That
Bering
Bering
Strait,
Strait
yeah,
that
from
was
Africa
established
to
there. That's
Alaska,
how
yeah.
other races would get to this country in the first place if they didn't sail, and it was established already. So other races. So the thing of it is this: is that when those people came over here and they supposedly conquered them, they weren't conquered. The way they only were conquered was through chemical warfare. Some of the first chemical warfare that took place, and they killed them through
You talking about
disease
the
and everything.
smallpox and shit?
Right,
Yeah,
smallpox
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. I mean, they battled them. If you really look at
But
historically.
look, to tie back the first topic of Kim Jong-un and his whole bullshit, I really feel like there's a lot of other countries in this world that ain't feeling this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Most of it is posturing.
I mean, is he the first one in North Korea right now to at least have the balls to
dictator
really
of-
even
What's the
step up
dictator of
and be
North
like,
Korea?
what's cracking? You know what I mean?
No, he's the dictator of North Korea.
Yeah.
But
Right,
the
I
way he's
understand that.
running shit with his people, a lot of people around the world ain't feeling this fool with
Right,
with
right,
his
right, right, right,
bullshit.
right.
And the fact that they want to shut him down as well as we do because he, like he said, he has control. He has control of this button that he can push and start World War III.
Okay, but so does America.
Yeah, but
But we're not threatening people. Is that the only difference? I mean,
North Korea isn't a repetition.
We do what we do the way we do it. We don't do it the way he doing it. He's
okay,
like,
but
fuck you
so America,
and the rest of the world. I got a button. I'll fuck you all up.
I'm not talking down on America, and don't get it wrong. What I want to know is I'm trying to get the more detail. Right, and that's fine. What I'm trying to get to is there's some of the questions that some of the listeners might have is that aren't current with the current event. I'm not current with it because I don't keep up with it. And so some of the questions I have on it is basically, why is it that every time some guy from another country says, oh, you know what, I got nuclear arms, immediately everybody's going to shut them down? Is it because they don't follow certain rules? Is it because they're liable to just go crazy with what they have?
He's definitely a fucking rebel, for one. For two, he'll start World War III and not give a fuck. For three, and the fact is, this motherfucker crazy.
Okay,
like,
so now,
can I go for it, bro? North Korea is in a rare position, just like the U.S. What they're doing is they're benchmarking. They saw what the U.S. did with the atomic bombs, and no one wanted to fuck with us after that.
Right,
They're just modeling themselves after us. The reason they're doing this is because they understand, hey, look, our country, our social setup is anachronistic. We got old school and we got new school, and we got clashes within our own country because of that.
Right.
But what we do have united is an army that exceeds most other armies in the world in manpower.
Right, because of their population numbers.
Exactly, and that's what makes them a super player in a militaristic sense. We got weapons, but they got manpower.
Right.
So they can bully people just like we can. The thing is, they have allies just like we do.
Okay.
When America makes a move, you gotta be down with us.
Right.
But if you're not, just like France.
So my question on that: when you speak of allies, who are some of the allies? Do you know any of the allies? North Korea's.
The U.S.
U.S. So we're actually allies with them.
Yes.
But yet we have beef with them.
The beef is superficial.
It's superficial. Okay.
It's just like most other wars. Look,
right? It's about money making. Then obviously, it's about money.
America hating the Nazis.
Like any other war.
Yeah, America hating the Nazis. That was all fake. Anheuser-Busch built all of the tanks for the Nazis.
Right.
We supplied them with Fanta, started to sell to make money on the side because they couldn't sell Coke because I was
American.
American.
We're making war off the distribution of arms
but that's how that,
and weapons.
That's how.
Yo, this is what I call motherfucking exposure.
But see, this is what it is. It's just like the movie Iron Man, where Tony starts saying is, supply both your friends with everything they need, and then wait to see what happens.
Exactly, right.
That's the Hegelian dialectic. We control the chaos. We create it. We control it. We quell it when we want.
Right.
It's cash cow now.
No doubt. Especially with the guns and ammo and all that.
Exactly.
Just the particulars in war. Period.
Yeah.
Sorry, peeps, we keep going off topic, but within the topic though, this is some real shit. Y'all getting some knowledge for that ass. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. We gonna start the new year with some new knowledge and some new topics, and it is what it is, man. I hopefully all the episodes from 1st to the 9th, this last episode with the Razzcast and Bishop Lamont interview, you guys have enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoy this one. This is a special one. It's being done on New Year's Day. It's the commemorative episode 10, episode X. You know what I'm saying? Just to basically stamp us here in the new year as Black and Brown Women Radio Podcast moving forward. Episode 11, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be pretty epic as well. It'll be in a professional studio, and there'll be some representatives from the music industry on the reggaeton side, the regular hip hop side, and hopefully you'll enjoy that as well. But I'm hoping you enjoyed all the episodes to this point, all the topics to this point. We just pretty much have touched on the whole Kim Jong-un topic, and I think we got so much more coming up. We got the sports segment coming up. We're gonna give props to our sponsors as we always do. We're gonna have our top 5 segment, which is basically gonna be representative of all of our top 5 moments of 2017. So you'll get that as well. We'll drop some music on you. Mad Verbals, Mad Scientists will be back, and drop some knowledge and whatnot. So maybe we take a quick break and re-strategize, and then we'll drop some, we'll kick it off on some new stuff for you. 2018, man.
2018. Much love.
Yeah, welcome to the 2018 Black and Brown Movement Experience, niggas.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, we'll be right back.
Yo, them say I the land of the free and the home of the brave. Hold on my talk, I lie to my life. Saying where the blood clot out there. I must say rhyme, them on rhyme. I strip it, them strip it. Black and brown, in the cut, I drop it. Seeing, land of the free, not giving the one. Systematically giving the some. Home of the brave, soldiers who won. Every day surviving the summer. Bringing the 90s to come with the pounds. Kilos in the cup with the sound now. We still on the frowns, just holding it down, so spread it around. They gather around, cause back in Brown is breaking it down.
Time has come for our people to rise up. Wake up and open your eyes up. Look, the bombs bursting in air. Gave proof through the night that the war was still there. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Does that star stringer banner still wave? Time has come, everybody. This land wasn't free, it was built on the backs of the slaves. Government is man-made, political, analytical hand grenade. Who governs the government? The governors up for relevance, playing on our intelligence. We got rhymes like they got excuses. Don't refuse us, just get used to this. The only excuse for you is your self-inflicted mental abuses.
It's supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. Till modern day slaves is not living in huts and caves. If you misbehave, you end up in the grave. It's supposed to be the land of the free, home of the brave. Land of the free, home of the brave. Land of the free, home of the brave. Land of the free, land of the wounded, slaves and the chief. Wound with kings, we didn't have beef. Exchanging tools and beads, healing teeth and leaves the opiates to breathe. Deeper than the shallow needs to bleed. Shackled to your heart, I won't wear a tie unless it's in the slave memory. American born indigenous territory, a cemetery war called liberty. And I still don't see this mentality of liberty. Supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. Still living in a cave like a slave. If you misbehave, you might end up in the grave.
The land of the free enterprise and the wage slave. Open your eyes and stay played. The poor get poorer while the rich stay paid. Your employer takes multiple vacays just to get away. Have to use up all your sick days. It's sick in these days and times. Take yours to get mine. They find minerals, the land gets mine. Destroying the business while the government just does what it do. Sells out its own mothers, sisters, and brothers. So we set landmines. Get him swinging while he punches our landmine. Strike a blow to the corporate Goliath. Standing alone, each of David together, and a giant.
Yo, we back. This is Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 10, episode X, whatever you want to call it. We're about to let Brother Ricky go on and bust the anthem on a Spanish tip. Go ahead, brother.
Creemos que la civilización comenzó en África, a través de la migración que llegamos en Aztlán, a través de 300 años de sangre, sudor y lágrimas, y 500 años de la resistencia. Solo hay un par de cosas que hemos retenido a través de la valentía y la persistencia, el evangelio, la música, la cultural.
One movement.
Yeah, that's what's up right
Un
there.
movimiento.
True that.
Gente.
True that.
A todo mi gente.
A toda la gente.
Solamente.
Solamente.
Pa' la mente.
There's only one.
Simón,
Ya
There's
tú
only
sabes, compa.
That's what it is.
All right, so let's go ahead and start this off now.
We're
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here for Circle of Debate. We're
Circle
here
of
with
Debate.
sports. So the first topic I want to go ahead and bring up is football.
True.
Now the Raiders fire Del
Head
Rio.
coach Del Rio, yeah.
Now,
Heard about that, man. I heard about that.
even though Del Rio, when he came in, even though Del Rio came in and he basically rebirthed the Raiders.
Yeah, he
Took them to the
revamped
playoffs, but even though they
revamped
didn't
them,
make it, but a lot of injuries, a lot of it. So, what are your thoughts about him being fired? And now you're hearing the rumors that Mr. Gruden, will be rehired as a head coach. And
Here, look.
get part ownership of the Raiders.
I'll start it off. The Davis family is really not into giving any kind of ownership because there was a whole deal with Vegas where somebody wanted, in order for them to get them out there in Vegas, and wanted part ownership. They didn't want no parts of that. They didn't want no part of that shit, right? They didn't want no parts of that shit.
Nah, we don't want no part of that shit.
Right. So now, here comes Gruden, and, you know, they want him back, and, you know, they're willing to or not willing to give him part ownership. Look, Del Rio, in my opinion, has been a good coach. He's a kind of a short spurt coach where he'll come in, he'll bring in new blood, bring in new plays, bring in some new coordinators and whatnot, have you successful for maybe a season or two, and then all of a sudden he'll drop off.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been able to sustain a team, take them through a playoff run, and what have you. So for them to axe him out, I'm not too mad at it. I understand it. Not also the fact that they want to get Gruden back.
But would you give him part ownership?
I would. Shit, Magic had part ownership of the Lakers. It's not. I mean, you're gonna give him what? A little tiny ass percentage, right? Give him the little percentage that he wants, you know, and have him take you back to the promised land.
And that's it. What I'm saying is,
it's not guaranteed.
Look, if you want part ownership or whatever like that, Mr. Gruden, that's fine. You can have that. But you can't be the fucking coach too, okay? Jack Del Rio did some pretty damn good shit for the past couple years, okay? He brought these Raiders back to prominence, you know what I'm saying? He did his thing. He made shit happen. He made shit work. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would you fire him? He was doing his damn job. It's not his fault that these niggas broke.
Didn't perform.
That Derek Carr got, he got injured. I mean, that's not his fault. You know what I mean?
It's business, man. You gotta understand the NFL corporation. That's the way the shit goes.
I do understand it, but I think it's stupid. That's all.
It is. I don't disagree because a lot of coaches along the years of history have caught in the axe and they shouldn't have. But it's just the way the shit goes. You're hired. This is the sense of a head coach in the ownership's eyes. You're the plantation owner. You didn't make the slaves work right, so your ass gotta go. That's what the fuck it is. Bottom line.
I heard once a head coach snorted a mountain of cocaine as tall as a man.
Hey,
I don't know a lot about football. I don't know a lot about football, but I do know they do a lot of drugs.
He's talking about one of the assistant coaches for the Miami Dolphins that he retired or whatever last year and went and got treatment. And they got a coke issue. There's a whole lot of coaches in the league.
Well, yeah, it is last year
issues,
now. My bad.
Or they got alcohol issues. So, and they be having domestic violence issues.
Let's not forget that.
Was that issue actually made public? Did he sniff a whole bunch of cocaine? Okay. I thought we were just straight snitching on the guy right now. Look, all right.
President Clinton said, "I have a nose like a Hoover." That's a nose like a low-end vacuum cleaner,
right?
That's a low-end shit. So he's not really that great. He's okay.
It's okay, yeah, right.
This guy,
but that means, but we know if you take into account how many vacuums Hoover has sold, and you take that and compare it to what somebody is sniffing, that's a lot of freaking cocaine, bro.
That's quality. That's quantity. Like I smoke a lot of weed.
Right. But we don't know the quality that you sniffed.
I never had Panama Red. Pure.
I don't know.
I never had a pure strain that's in Panama Red though.
I don't know though because you got some bitches out there that suck dick like a Hoover. So you kind of that's kind of
This is my point though.
Hey, all right. This is 2018, but all right, let's get back to the Raiders, yo. Let
me finish what I was gonna say. Clinton said I have a nose like a Hoover. This guy snorted a mountain of cocaine as tall as a man. Average height is like 6 feet. It's a lot of coke.
Well, I know one of the chicks could say she sucked a dick as big as a man.
The best mule couldn't get that across the states. They couldn't.
Right.
It's impossible.
Look, y'all, I'm gonna be real with you. Nigga, this shit is raw. This is rough. Y'all not ready.
It was either a football player or it was a Lil Wayne. I don't know.
Bernie Mac said, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
But you know what? I would actually have to agree with Marcus on a business perspective, yes. Because if you think about it, you're moving a franchise to another state. For the first time that Nevada's actually having a football team. So obviously they wanted to make this move for a reason.
That move is not made official.
No. I understand that.
Hold on. They're staying in Oakland
it's
still.
Official.
It's official.
They had to stay in Oakland through 2020.
You know how many more years that is?
Yeah, I mean it's 2018 right now as of today.
Yeah.
So.
So Oakland will have football for 2 more years.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll talk Vegas then.
But
Holler.
no, but hold
Oakland
on.
fans,
But
I got your
no.
back, O-Town.
Hey, we're not talking
Hold
about
on,
the state
we're not
relocation. We're talking about the coach.
We're talking about coaching wise.
The coaching.
I'm not talking about the relocation.
They
Uh,
fired
listen.
Del Rio.
Hold on,
They're
hold on.
trying to go after Gruden.
Well,
Right.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Speak on that.
I'm about to, y'all forgot, huh? Y'all forgot what Chucky did when he was a black and silver coach.
He took him to the Super Bowl.
He was the motherfucking man. And then
Yeah.
they dumbasses fired him, and he went to Tampa Bay and beat their ass with their own playbook.
We know that.
So the point you're missing
that.
is he has the ability to get them back to where the fuck they ain't been in a minute. They've been breathing on it, but they ain't got enough breath to blow through the motherfucking playoffs. So with that being said, that's right. Everybody can hate on me all you want.
They was
You
in
know
the
what I
playoffs
represent?
last year.
That black
Even
and
though they
gold.
lost in the first
Steeler
round.
Nation, baby. That's right.
That was a
We got more rings than all the motherfuckers.
point. That was a point of what I'm trying to get at. Because of
Gruden's a
Gruden.
great coach.
Because of Gruden, yes, he is. He's a great coach.
And the fucking analyst, you see the breakdown shit he do?
So I think we
forget
all agree.
Okay, here's
So
another
also-
note. Don't forget this note. You asked me, hold on.
We all agree.
You gotta remember, he does the quarterback shit with the college quarterbacks, high school quarterbacks, the analyzation, and analysts and sit down. So he has a vast knowledge of the whole game.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He does
I
that whole
was gonna get
quarterback.
to that. Yeah, he's a quarterback coach too.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a private quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know, he did. He went quarterbacks.
Shout out for
With,
Stevie Wonder over here, though.
you know, so he did with Colin Kaepernick. He did it with him.
All right, let's move on from
So-
the Raiders. I agree with the move. I think Gruden is good. I think Vegas is good. I think the Raiders will
Hey.
be fine.
What about your coach? They finally fucking fired his whack defensive ass.
Thank you. Give me high five.
Oh, by the way, yes,
fuck you, Don Capers. You've been fucking my team for the last 5 years at least.
9 years.
Terrible.
Not well. He's been
9
there for 9
years.
years. He hasn't been that bad for the whole 9
You
years.
niggas won Super
At
Bowl
least the
lucky.
5 years.
Dude, with him as a coach, y'all niggas got lucky to win against us. We had some bloopers and little injury issues. But y'all defense
I don't
that game.
disagree with that.
Because we came back to smack y'all. We just was 1 minute, 2 show.
It was Clay Matthews and
That was the first half.
Was it?
Yeah, that was all
Okay.
first half, baby.
Okay.
Hey, you know what,
Yeah.
man? Look,
I
man.
mean, it was a good game. You know,
great
Look,
game.
look. You
Hope
Steelers
y'all get
fans.
back one day when
you
you do it
Steelers
again.
fans. You Steelers fans.
Don't be a hater,
Y'all make me
49ers.
sick.
Don't be a
That's
whiner.
what y'all do. Y'all Steelers
Don't be a
fans,
whiner,
y'all
49er.
make me
I was
sick.
just about to give you props.
You make
now
me
you
sick.
fucked up.
You make me sick.
Fuck all y'all
right.
teams. It's the
Garoppolo.
Bears,
Okay,
homie.
You Steelers guys, you guys are so tough. Oh, I got all my rings. We're doing all our things. We're doing everything but winning too much. Hey, man, fuck y'all. That's all I got to say.
It's all good.
That sounds like a desperate
It's all
San
good.
Francisco 49er
But,
fan.
you guys will be pretty
Hey, at
good.
least you guys won the last
You'll be
5
pretty
games
good
with
next
Jimmy
year.
G.
Y'all be
I'm saying.
y'all be pretty good next year with
Yeah.
JG. So don't cry no more.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You know? Don't
It's
cry,
all right.
Montana.
Got your back. Brotherly love rub.
We don't want to talk about the Bears because they suck.
Hey, but they had a good season.
Why?
Hey,
Actually-
Trubisky.
Yeah, they had a good year. with the
Trubisky.
new-
I'll
the
give you
reason- hey,
Trubisky.
the reason their season was fucked off because coaching was smoking dope, staying with whoever the fuck that was.
Oh, the quarterback.
Look, I'm not a good
Yeah,
very
they
sports
waited too
fan, and
long
I don't
to
know
put the
statistics and
trigger
shit,
with
but
the rookie.
I
He
did
was
watch
just
the
a third
season, and the
string
season was a
man.
damn
That-
good season compared to a lot of other seasons. We sucked less this year.
You guys still right, but you still suck more than us in our division, the
I don't
Packers.
know. I just know that my team did fucking awesome this year.
Yeah,
Fuck the
they
Patriots.
didn't destroy us. The league gave them the game. We got a catch and a touchdown, and my nigga stretched over the end zone, and then the ball came loose, and they said he never had control of the ball and took away our touchdown. And those motherfuckers was able to win. Now they got the #1 seed throughout the whole playoffs.
Right, and
That's
you know
some
what? Hey,
bullshit.
to be
It's all
super
good.
honest, my bros, their teams, they're Steelers and Green Bay fans. I secretly root for them just because my brothers root for them. But you know what? In all respect to the Steelers, what my brother just said, that was a messed up, bro. Because if it had been any other team,
If
they
it
probably
was-
wouldn't even rule.
if it was Gronkowski-
right? If it was any
if it
other
was
team, they probably would
Gronkowski,
have ruled
it's a
that a
touchdown.
Hey, we're on the
touchdown, bro.
sports segment, and I think I just heard a ESPN update on somebody's phone. Is that ironic or what? What the fuck?
Well, don't forget, I mean, the Bears, they fired the coach Fox, so he's gone.
Yeah. As you should. He should have been gone. You know what?
He should have been gone.
Hey,
for the last
NFL playoffs.
For the last 3 seasons with the Bears, he's 14 and 34.
Good luck to the Steelers. I hope they beat the fucking Patriots. I hope they fucking win the Super Bowl. Fuck it. You know.
Well, actually, they're
good. Hey, I'm glad to see the 49ers. You know, you picked up Jimmy G. He came back. He showed you guys some shit. I'm glad to see that. The league is better when the 49ers are good. You know, I'm glad we fired our fucking defensive coordinator finally for after 4 or 5 years. He should have been gone. You know what? Even the league is better when the Bears are better and the competition is better in our division.
What? Hey, I want to talk about something on isn't the draft coming up soon, right? Isn't that coming up soon? So I know that the Bears recently acquired a position in the draft. I think it was the third pick in the draft. Or the 6th. I'm not sure. It was the 3rd or the 5th. Yeah. Okay, it was the 5th.
Yeah,
it was the 5th pick. So hopefully with that, you know, I mean, we'll get somewhere. I'm looking forward to that.
We'll see what happens, man.
I'm looking forward to that.
Let's leave the fucking NFL alone. Let's see what the fuck happens, because you know what happens.
We're gonna see what happens when it's not rigged.
Well, we know it's rigged. That's why we're gonna see what happens.
Oh, true.
We're gonna see what the rig is this year. We're gonna see what that happens as it unfolds.
I like to see like a David and Goliath scenario, like a shit team, just shit all over.
Hey, you know what I want to do though? What I want to do right now is what we always do when the sports segment comes up.
Of course, we're gonna go to the NBA, which is our home team, which is
Lakers.
Kobe came along. I remember when the Lakers had individual names. You knew who they were. Then Kobe came along and it just became Kobe and them.
Kobe and them.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
Kobe
That's the
and
first
them.
time I ever heard that one. That's a good one, though.
Why does
Kobe
everybody
and them.
hate on Kobe? Listen. I flew down there from Washington. No, I'm bringing up the Haitian of Kobe, K, because I live in Washington and I'm an LA fan. I'm a Laker fan. I'm a diehard Laker fan no matter where I go. And every time I talk about Kobe, everybody's like, Kobe's a greedy mother. And you know what I mean? He don't ever pass the ball. It's just about Kobe. It's just about Kobe.
It's like a TV show. He's the one actor they never have to replace.
But I mean, bro, if you listen, it's like talking. It's like to me, it's like talking crap about Superman, bro. It's like talking about mad crap about Superman. He helps everybody out, but yet everybody hates him.
That guy.
Like,
I hate him.
Come on, bro.
I hate
seriously,
him.
like you. That's like helping your whole family out, and all they do is sit there and talk shit about you, bro.
Let me just inform you, enlighten you.
That's what Superman does. He does that. He does. Because he thinks that fooling you is combing his hair and putting on some glasses. That's what he thinks of you.
Let me enlighten you. Every superhero gets a shit stick label.
Yeah, true that.
At one point or another,
He has dreads.
Who?
That makes him cool.
Static
Static
Shock.
Shock. His first black African American superhero.
Yeah.
He's not.
okay.
He's not Marvel.
I thought it was one of the Green
He's
Lanterns.
independent.
No.
Came way.
I'm still trying to see that Panther movie though.
Yeah, that's gonna be the joint.
16th of February. That's just gonna be dope.
His power is spiritual. Like he inherits the shit from everybody who died before him. It's just like if I knocked off my dad, I will get stronger. You know.
Hey, that's dope though. That's dope. I am not mad at that.
This is in the spirit realm. Talk shit to him.
Okay, so are we about done with the sports or what?
No, because you know what? We didn't get into the Lakers, man.
Okay, well,
You know,
holla. My bad.
the discussion is with the Lakers. They had a team meeting, you know, to go ahead and
I
talk
heard
their
about that.
frustrations.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You know, like everybody in the roster was just talking their frustrations of we need to start winning.
Can I wait a minute though? Can I ask a question? Because I read on that they talked about their frustrations or whatever, but they talked about the business side of the Lakers. How the fuck, as a player, you gonna talk about the business side of the Lakers like Magic and Genie ain't doing their shit? You wanna question that shit? Like, what the fuck?
They heavily invested. You know, you just don't know it.
That shit kind of tripped me out though. There was a player
All
meeting.
they're saying indirectly is they haven't made a move or two that they've been hollering about as far as some trades that they haven't did.
Right.
And so they like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
we need what we need.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't about to go ahead. And then if Randall is crying and causing confusion.
Randall and
why-
Clarkson.
Why are they still, you know?
Whether they're gonna
really?
be traded or not.
Yeah, were you crying and causing confusion about what? What you mean?
Because he
No,
comes
they
out the
they
bench
want to
and
know,
he
are
ain't
they gonna be
getting
traded or are
started.
they not gonna
He
be
ain't bitching
traded?
about
or-
nothing. Did you see that game yesterday? Dude had 20 plus points, over 10 rebounds, killing.
Yeah, you know he's auditioning.
Like, you know what I'm
he's
saying?
auditioning.
But I don't like that though, because I don't think he should be auditioning, because I think
I
Julius
agree.
Randle is a great piece of the squad. I think we need to keep him. I would rather let go of Larry Nance Jr. Honestly.
No.
Have you seen look at Larry Nance Jr. stats and look at Julius Randle stats. Who are you gonna keep?
You know what? Look, this is where I feel you on that though. Randall is
Who you gonna
left-handed.
keep?
Randall is left-handed, which
Over
is
Julius?
which is unique.
Yeah, better defense, rebound.
Oh my God.
And independent game.
No.
You know,
Yeah,
hey,
yes.
hey, look,
Yes.
you know what I want to see?
Randall turns the ball over to Larry.
Randall has been a double-double machine since he started playing for us. What are you talking about?
Don't
What's
disregard
going on
the
here?
fact I just pointed out. The nigga got butter knuckles.
Hey, look,
No, it ain't been happening
Bullshit.
lately.
It happens when it matters.
He's
That's the damn problem.
been beasting and feasting. I'm
Hey,
telling you, man.
I know you're a Randall
I'm
fan.
telling you,
It's
man.
all great, but
I'm
guess
telling you
what?
right now.
It's called
Y'all sleeping on him.
called trade bait in the league. You need something bigger and better. We got a gang of fucking.
Hey, can we get some
small
Snapchat,
threes and
some
fours.
Facebook
you
Live,
would
or some
rather
social
keep
media
fucking
jumping off while we up
Larry
here and
Nance
there
Jr.
doing this
over
shit?
Julius Randle?
You're not looking at what's real.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I think you're tripping.
look, hey, look, you guys are both tripping. Does anybody remember Wally Serviek or whatever his name was?
Why are we talking
I
about
remember
Wally
Wally.
Serviek?
Because he sucks. He's so bad. He was great. His greatest.
bad though.
He sucked. His stats in video games were like a 0 sometimes. I never saw that before. I saw ones. I never saw zeros. He was horrible. That nigga Wally was like a joke player. You know, we were like anybody else could have been in this game. Anybody else could have been in the game.
Dan in Street Fighter, he was a joke character.
Dan in Street Fighter.
Damn.
Dan,
remember Dan?
Yeah, Dan sucked. He did. He sucked.
My bad. And we went off topic. My bad, peeps.
No, that's all good.
I just the lighter side of basketball.
Yeah, that's fun.
Wally's the lighter side.
Yeah, where we at? Well, okay, so sports, Lakers. Hey, most recently, double overtime loss to Houston. We beat them like, I think, 2 weeks ago or something like that?
We still got their number, though.
Yeah.
We gave them
Dude.
motherfuckers the business that whole damn game.
Dude,
We gave them
double
the
overtime.
business.
It took
Yeah.
them a double overtime to beat us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
no
and
Lonzo.
we have not been getting blown out in any games.
Yeah.
We have been
Only a couple.
every
There's
single
a couple
game.
we got
We're
blown out.
actually,
couple,
we're
but
actually in the
barely.
top 5 as far as one of the highest scoring teams in the
Yeah.
NBA right now.
True.
Dude, you know, our defense is on point. Two of the biggest
They
issues.
gotta close the fuck out.
Well, two of the biggest issues we have are free
Close
throws,
out.
free throw shooting,
Hell, man.
free throw
Yeah,
shooting,
free throw thing is terrible.
and turnovers, obviously.
You know, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope doing some dumb shit that's leaving him trapped in fucking LA while we going on the goddamn road
Yeah,
where we could
he
use
can't even
somebody
travel
in
with
a
us.
shooting guard position
Yeah,
to
he
help
can't
us
even
out.
travel with us.
But you over
Yeah,
here doing
yeah.
dumb shit and you're trapped out here in LA. Come on, how does that help our squad? Nigga, you better get your shit together.
Being irresponsible.
Yep, can't even travel with us.
And scored fucking 81 points in a game.
You talking about Kobe?
Yes, the chosen one. You know, when he's doing all that shit, the other guys are just standing there. They're literally just standing there watching him. I can't imagine that. You're so good that everybody else just sits
We went
there
from
and
Kobe to some
Even on your own
Kentavious
team.
Caldwell-Pope.
yeah, players and opponents alike. They're frozen. They're stuck. They don't. Yeah, they're trying to.
Hey, can you pass me modelo, por favor?
Por
Porfas.
favor.
Porfas. That's or I don't care. Give me any. And I know there's more beers in there. Give me any beer. I just want to pop a beer. It's Happy New Year. It's January 1st. You know what I'm saying? Our fate
Oh,
is
come on, man.
seen.
We're not on that level right there. Hey, I apologize to any of y'all that might be listening to this podcast. You know, just give us a break, man. We just, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Happy New Year to you.
Nah, ain't no bang.
What's up?
Hey, 2018, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We handle our biz, Black and Brown movement. We here for the kids. You know.
That's right. That's right.
one movement.
I mean, it's episode X. I mean,
Yeah.
we're out having a great time.
True that. Yeah, I heard about that.
You really
Yeah, I heard
want to go
about that.
X-Files? Episode 10?
You know what? Scully was like his hater. If you watch the beginning
Hey,
of those.
Scully still look good though.
Yeah, she was
I
very
still
awesome.
hit, though.
Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah,
still hit,
yeah, I
don't
know.
trip.
She's a lesbian.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I know.
It hurts me.
She
I
does.
love them too.
Yeah, you want to turn them?
Look,
You
I
want
love
to turn
them. I
them?
love them too, but they won't love you back.
Well, you want to turn them though. That's the whole point. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're done with sports. Top 5 is it? Top 5? We talking about top 5 over here or what?
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, now we're gonna do our
Top
5. Okay, that wasn't right. That was not right.
He was gurgling.
That was not right.
Niggas gargling and shit up in here. What the fuck?
What's going on over here?
Hey, I have flashbacks
I
of
think you've been
Gargamel
having
and the
too much
Smurfs.
beer, bro.
You know? Hey,
Too much models.
hey, it is what it is.
Too much models, but it's
Hey,
all right.
Bringing
So
the
now
new
that-
year right.
So now we're gonna do this top 5. It's gonna be about the best top 5 moments of 2017. Which
Okay.
could be in general. Doesn't matter what it is.
It's yours.
It's
Whatever
yours,
it is.
Your top
5.
top 5 moments of
Could be
2017.
from the bottom to the top.
So we're gonna go ahead and actually kick it off with Mr. Tyrone. Now you give us your top 5,
Call Tyrone.
Call
For his
Tyrone.
top 5 on the phone.
sir. Call him.
Top 5 of 2017 is top 5 moments of 2017 is I was watching TV and I saw a kid in a riot who got punched and they just took his sandwich away. And oh no! Oh, no, that no wait, that was me. I punched the kid and took his sandwich. Did you see how I did that? I cast it out really in,
Little
throw
play
it
on
right back out,
words.
and bring it in.
Okay, well that's 5. You got 4 left.
Oh shit!
You got 4 left to go.
Shaq is still alive. I thought he would be dead by now. That's amazing to me. That's just really amazing. Oh!
So that's the top 5 for you.
Yeah, that's the top one.
The fact that Shaq's still alive.
Sure. He's like a Jolly Green Giant. I wish he would die, but every time I see him, he's getting stronger. You know?
Oh, you got 3
That
left. You
nigga.
got 3 to go. You got 3 left.
Okay, wait. Well,
Shaq is
It's still alive. That's his.
he's like the Yeti. He's like the Yeti. He's like the Yeti. You run into him and you're like, holy shit, you real? I wish you were dead.
You got 3 left.
Another one, wait. Shit, I just had it.
You gotta speak into the mic though.
I just had it. What was it? Oh, Mariah Carey. I was listening to her on the radio. She's an awesome singer. I love her to death. I really like her music. She's awesome. She looks great still. I'd hit that. But I don't know that she's in the same world we're in. Because some guy called her and said, hey, look, you know, my cousin's in jail. Because she sent a shout out and she said, you know what, I'll do something better. I'll make a few calls. I'll help him out. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're a Grammy Award winning singer. And somehow that affords you the ability to trump U.S. law, and you make a few calls and he's out of jail. I know presidents who say, you know, I can't write that executive order. I can't do it. I can't touch it.
Got the color, the
Yeah.
complexion, put it
I don't know.
collection and
I
protection.
don't know. I think it's something. I think it's more than that. Because her remedy to the issue is like, you know, I think I'll let my code at the store. Let me make a call and see if it, you know, no, you don't do that. You don't,
Okay, I think we gotta move. Okay, you got two more.
Okay, 2 more.
I think that counted as 2 more right there.
Yeah, really?
Your first 3,
two
your
more.
first 3 got me dying right now. I need 2 more. 2 more
All right,
from.
what else?
It spills over into 2018.
Yeah, it spills over in 2018. I don't know. I think greatest serial killer from the 90s. I know this is 2010, but still from the 90s. Chucky. I mean, he started his career in the 80s. And this is no. I'm not fearful of him. I admire his dedication to the craft.
In the mic. I gotta hear
His
it.
dedication to the craft. That's what I love.
His
Hey, look,
dedication
this
to
guy,
his craft.
I can dig
he's a
it.
sociopath. He'll come through. He'll make jokes. He'll mind fuck your kids. He'll sit down at your dinner table and finish the meal. He won't waste a drop, but he will kill you at the end of the day. And you won't see it coming, even though you knew who he was in the beginning.
But how does that become a top 5 in
He's the
2018?
greatest. No. I said, hey, I'm exempt.
Oh.
I'm exempt. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
he carries over.
He has a legacy.
He has a legacy. Yeah. It's
Oh,
Chucky.
you got 1 more. Because we got to move on.
got 2 from
we
the
got
win.
1 more. No, you got 1 more. You got 1 more. You can make something up. It don't matter.
Laura Ingalls is still alive. You know? Fucking.
My cousin had a question.
I really thought she'd be dead. Yeah. I forget what her name is,
that's
but
like
you know.
the purest bitch in the world.
Sure, yeah.
Excuse my French woman for saying this.
All right, my top 5 moment of 2017. You know, I'm gonna get in depth with it because I'm gonna. You know, the number one was being able to celebrate bring 2017 in with my mom's, bro. You know, I just lost her last year really, and you know it's still a fresh one, but. You know, the number 2 one I would say would be confronting my mom about our past, you know, and being able to talk about it, you know, and being able to put that on the table. And number 3 was being able to have closure with my mom and telling her that I loved her and that I forgive her, you know what I mean? And we forgave each other as far as that goes in our past and our history. That closure was a big one for me. That number 3 one, that was the epitome of 2017 for me.
Right.
I think that it really made me a stronger person, and it made me realize, you know, that forgiveness should be in everybody's heart for 2017. I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook post, but I did a roll call basically, you know, and saying to put your location and some of the tough lessons that we learned this year. I only got a couple response to that, but I would have figured I would have got a lot because, you know, 2000, you know, I just figured it would because I learned a lot of lessons this year. I mean, I think I learned the most lessons this year out of all years of being alive, really. Number 4 would be was one night me and my mom had a really extreme moment of happiness where we chilled together, we laughed, you know, I mean, we just laughed all day and night. I mean, we literally just sat there and together and just was talking about things and laughing. And the 5th thing I'm really proud of this one is the first part of it, because it's a 2-part 5, number 5. It's overcoming my addiction and bringing 2018 in with my bros. So those are my top 5. You know what I mean? Hey. Those are my top 5. You know, I kind of had to pre-write them and think about it a little, but I pretty much had them in perspective immediately. It wasn't really hard to figure out.
A big year for the movement, brother.
So happy 2018 to all of you out there, man. May God bless your year. You know what I mean? And that you be successful and blessed.
You keep striving.
Very inspirational, very admirable, man. We appreciate that. That's a lot of love right there, man. We appreciate what you're sharing.
By the way, I miss you, Mom.
That's right. Mom's always gonna be around no matter what. She's right beside us. She's always gonna be there. Always. You know. And all, you know, obviously I lost my parents when I was 11 years old. So I mean, but they're still here to this day.
You can relate.
The legacy is there. I can relate to that. No matter what. My mom passed away 2 days before Christmas. So, damn. I mean, I know.
That's intense.
You know? And then 45 days after, my father did. So, I mean, I know what's up, man. But you know what? They're there by our side. They're there within our heart and soul. And
Spirit
also
never dies.
Spiritually.
Spirit never dies.
Fundamental for you. I mean, they're gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? It's if you never got to grow up with both of them at the same time, or one at one time, and none of them at any time. You know what I mean? So I'd like to give it. You know, I feel like parents are needed in life. You know what I mean? They teach you a lot of things.
It's essentially important, yo. I'm a social behavior science major, child development. Without the balance, a kid is imbalanced. It's
right. Even if your parents were jacked up to you, you know what I mean, or anything like that.
Balance
even the lessons
life.
you learned in that brokenness of the family, those are some good lessons. I just want everybody to know that even if you come from a broken home, that just because that brokenness exists, it doesn't stop shaping us who we are. And sometimes it might. Some people will look at it. Well, it affected you, and you didn't have this. And no, you know what? I didn't have this, but you know what? It made me a certain type of person in this day. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so if you have a positive spin to outlook to it, and you look at it in a correct understanding of it, and not a distorted one. I mean, of course, some of that brokenness can distort you. But, you know, some good things can come out of it. That's all I have to say about that one.
Top 5. Keep it going. Top 5. It's on Ivan C over here, co-host.
I'm going to go ahead and give my top 5 best moments of 2017. Man, there's so many, man. I think I would say the best 2017 was when the Dodgers made it to the World Series, man.
Ooh, that's a big moment.
That's a good top 5.
That's a big moment.
Man.
Yeah,
that's
number
5 for me right there.
Right.
That's number 5 because, you know, it's been what? Since 1988?
Yeah.
They haven't gone to the World Series.
True that.
You know? So that's the best moment for me right there.
Yeah.
That's
Wasn't
the best.
good enough for me.
Yeah, we don't talk about that,
All
man.
right, so number 4. We'll give you number 5.
Let's
Let's
go
do
with
it.
that. That's
Four.
number 5. You know,
Shit.
I'm going 5 down,
I love
5 to
him.
1. So then, yeah. So then, number 4 will be actually Kobe's retirement jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know I was happy that Kobe.
24, number 8.
Yeah, I was happy. He's the only person in the
Two numbers
NBA,
retired.
NBA history to have two numbers retired.
2 numbers
Yeah.
retired.
Real shit.
And oh man.
Like 2 people in one. Kind
The
of, sort
GOAT,
of.
Yes, he
baby.
was.
Kinda,
He
sorta.
was. He was 2
That's the
people in
GOAT.
one.
Underneath Bill Russell, I will give him the secondary GOAT honoree over Michael Jordan because he made several teams better and players better with the championships he got.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, I agree.
All right, so that's
I
what your
agree.
3rd. You got
that was my 4th. So now
4th.
yeah.
You got 3
So,
more.
Yeah, I got 3 more. So my number 3 actually would be that the Niners actually got Jimmy G. I'm a Niners
that
fan,
was a big
obviously.
moment for you. That was
So,
definitely
you know
a big
what?
moment
And
for you.
We're on a 5-game winning streak. That shows a lot that next season the Niners are gonna be deadly. So be advised, the Niners next season coming up are gonna be deadly. Just be aware of that because we're gonna franchise tag Jimmy G. We're gonna get at least a couple more pieces that we need on the defensive end, and we're also on the offensive line, and also another good receiver. You know, we got Marquise Goodwin, we got Pierre Garçon, so we're great. I'm looking forward.
Hey,
So,
Black
you
and
know,
Brown movement. Radio
So we're looking
podcast,
forward to that.
2018. We doing the top
Hey,
5,
we're looking
baby.
forward
This
to
is
that.
Segment is
Facebook
called Burn
Live. You know what I'm
Cam.
saying?
You just got caught on the burn cam.
He was smoldering though. He wasn't burnt. He was smoldering. He wasn't burnt though.
He was, he had embers
He was
going
still
on.
hanging.
Oh, yeah,
He was hanging on
I
to
gotta
a
go down to
thread.
number 2 now.
You got 2. Number 2.
All right, well, number
I've been there.
2.
And I
Man, this is
created
a
the
tough
idea.
one right here, number 2, man.
His number 2 moment of
My number 2
2018, folks.
moment,
Working at Brass.
oh no, not working out, Brad. I mean, come on, man, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Boom.
So what, you're hating because I'm working at the Brass, you're not?
Nah, it's not a hate, homie.
Okay.
We're saying that's a good
Gotta
moment
be
for you.
open-minded.
Right.
Oh, Corey, you know, that's
Positive. Cause you keeping that network alive, homie.
Elms.
Always presenting the Black and Brown movement and hip hop for the people, homie. That's what's
Well,
up.
look,
we
I
appreciate
actually
you.
got a message right now
Much
from
love.
Alfred. By the way, I'm sorry. He wants to come by and be a special guest.
Who?
Alfred.
Tell his ass to come the fuck on.
Tell them bring some brew and some bud.
Yeah, bring some of
do
that.
right now, Alfred.
B&B.
Bring some brew and some bud, you know?
All right. So, okay, all right. My number 2 will be actually getting closure with my stepmother.
Word. Closure's good.
That was you know what? Yeah, because, you know, she's my aunt. but, you know,
Closure's always good.
But she gave me a lot of closure of the real shit that happened with my family and like a lot of history. Like, you know, like that's one thing I love about like all of us. We all have that family tree because you know what? There's things that you don't even know about behind the scenes. They can go ahead and tell you one thing, but you don't know the other shit. And you're like, but see, what I hate is when they tell you later when you're all grown up. Okay, now your balls drop. All right, you grow some fucking bush and you're fucking down there. Yeah.
Yeah, that concludes the closing of part 1 of episode X. Right now, we're about to have part 2. Special guest Alfred Mayan. The rest of episode X. Check it out.